What's up, Tech Neck? First person on the stream. All right, gonna be a chill stream. Just gonna work on this game. Probably for like an hour or something. Let's see. So, some things that have changed. Let me go ahead and run the server. Load up the game. All right, so the things that I've added since the last stream is I added lighting. I added a fire extension. So basically, you can attach a combustible extension to any type of entity. And when the entity dies, it throws out some flames. And if you touch those flames, you actually catch on fire. So if I can get the zombie to walk over this. Okay, so the zombie catches on fire for 2 damage. I kill it. And then right now I just added it to the zombie just so I can kind of play around with it. And then recently I added lighting. So it's still a work in progress. It's looking pretty good. I think if I zoom out too far. Oh, wow, I'm actually surprised that worked. There we go. Okay. So some other cool things I should probably add in is I wanted to make like a campfire or a torch, maybe a torch. Would that be pretty cool? So like you could put down a torch and that would actually just like put some light in an area. Second thing is we're in day right now and we probably shouldn't have all this darkness, right? So let's try to remember how I did this because I am using AI to implement a lot of these stuff. I just reviewed the code and accept it. Why not? So I might actually just keep doing that. Why not? No shame in using AI, right? So the way the lighting works is I have this get light sources that loops over all the entity's client side. And then if the entity has an illuminated extension, then it's going to go ahead and kind of have that lighting that we talked about. Right? But if I wanted to make it so this only gets applied during the night cycle, I basically need to not render the darkness. Where am I rendering this? I'm going to do F12. Here it goes. So if the game state is day, what is this doing? Render entities, set transformation, fill style. I think previously this was making just like yeah, this needs to go away. This needs to be replaced like that. And I think we can just go ahead and do this. So then daytime would just be full on brightness. I think that should be fine. Unless maybe we should have some form of lighting. No, I think this is good. Yeah, I don't have any of those Twitch things set up, so. What's up, everyone? Yeah, this game engine's all from scratch. It's just using Typescript. And I'm doing my own ECS system. I shouldn't say my own. Another developer kind of did the initial refactoring to bring in this ECS type of system. And I've just been doing a ton of refactoring to kind of get everything switched over to that. Yeah, so I think what I want to do is I want to reduce the day cycle a little bit. And that's kind of dictated in the server side of things. So if I go to my server, we have a day duration here. So let's change it to 10. Night could be 20. Just so we can kind of play around with this. Let me also add in the sounds. I don't know if it'll get too annoying. Disable sounds, false. Is that too loud? Let me know if that's too loud. I can turn it off. All right, so now we're at the night cycle, and then it spawns zombies. I'm not sure why it's playing that noise. I gotta fix that. Okay, but I fixed the lighting for the day-night cycle. Let's just commit. Just do some small commits along the way. Debug weapons. Debug events. Turn all that off. Wait, why is it not playing? Hold on a second. Where are my keyboard sounds? Where's my clack app? There we go. Are you allowed to use AI on your job? My current project, yeah. And if you can lower it a hair, entity component system. Yeah, I could talk about the entity component system. Let me figure out a way to turn down the sound. Like if I'm going to be doing streamings on this game, I need to find the sound manager and like, I think I just need to tone down the volume a little bit. So we'll go to the config. Let's see. That should reduce it by half. Oh. Okay, that still felt pretty loud. Is that even working? Seems like it. Let me double check here because I have this volume. Clone the cache audio element to play multiple instances. Volume is equal to this. Linear fall off. Times it by this to reduce it. I'm going to just do one. All right, that's probably better. Is this only for web? Yeah, this is only for web right now. I mean, I guess you could try to play it on your phone, but we haven't even thought about making it work for that. Cool. Glad you liked the breadth first search video. Yeah, so a quick overview of the entity component system. From what I understand, a lot of games might actually do this. So like you'll have these entities. For example, if I find the fire entity, it's a really like dumb entity, but the logic of how it works, you basically just attach on a bunch of different like smaller subsystems to it, right? So like this thing, this fire, when it's on the ground, I'm telling it to illuminate the area, right? So if simply just by adding this, and I can actually like increase this if I wanted to. I have to wait for the night cycle though, hold on. You'll see that the illumination will be much larger. Okay. But then if I actually like just get rid of that, then it will not illuminate anything. And so what this is good for is I can actually go to the zombie and I could find the extensions and I can simply just say, you know what, I want to push a new one here. like that. And now when the zombie walks around at nighttime, it'll actually give off some light in about 2 seconds here. See? So that's like the idea, is that you build your game with all these small little components, I guess you could say. We're calling them extensions, and you just attach them to whatever you want, and then all of a sudden you get this functionality that you can just like use. Okay, what else can we work on though? The fire stuff is just here for fun, but get rid of that. So like right now the zombie is combustible. Like if I were to make a new type of zombie, all I need to do is just add combustible, and then when it dies, it'll just give off fire. And so that could be good for like if I make an entity that's like a gas can, I could just attach a combustible onto it, maybe tweak the parameters a little bit, and then when you blow up the gas can, it could shoot flame all over the place. For what reason not to use Godot or another engine? Just for fun, honestly. Is this the pro version of Cursor? Yeah, I have a subscription for it. I don't think I have the enterprise one. I think that one's like 40 a month. I just pay 20 a month for it. Will this video be available after? Yeah, it'll be public. Am I using any fancy client-side interpolation? The only thing I'm doing in terms of interpolation is like I'm smoothing out the movements. Like the server's sending over new positions every game tick. And so without the client-side interpolation, you'll see like the zombies kind of like stagger around. I'm just smoothing that out a little bit. But I'm not doing any like client-side prediction or anything. So like when you press D, if you don't have a good latency, your character will not move until the server event shows you the new location of your player. But hold on. Okay. So I wonder if I can make a torch. I want to make a torch item. So let's refresh my memory. I have an items here. I can simply just make a torch. And this is on the back end, I believe. Game server shared entity. So I'm going to go ahead and just like copy an existing one. And let's call this torch size. Okay. I don't know why positionable has a size to it. I should probably like, why does positionable have a size? Remove if not necessary. This is my super professional way for project management. It's a giant to-do list file. And it works pretty well. If it's just you working on something or you and someone else, like it's so much easier than having to deal with another thing like Trello or a third-party like task manager tool. Like just put tasks here and delete them when they're done. Anyway, we're making a torch. And the idea here is if I make a new type of entity, I have to go here and add, I need to add it here. Okay. I think there's also like an entity factory where you have to go in and add stuff. Hey, thanks for the follow. So like here, we do a torch. Now, I do think at this point, everything is almost the same. Except for this. So this whole file could be refactored, but again, I'm going off on a tangent there. I do not want to do the refactoring just yet. So let's just stay focused. Now the way this works is on the front end, we also have items. So there's like a front end representation of the entity and there's a back end representation. The back end has more logic associated with it. The front end basically just has like a render method to tell the game like how to actually draw it. But if I go ahead and just make a torch here, I'll call this torch client. What is this? Not sure why that's red. Not find asset manager. It's the same. Why would this not work? Hold on. It's right there. Cannot find module. Let me just restart TypeScript. That's something I need to fix. Like this whole project, I'm trying to do like a monorepo approach, but like the TypeScript is just not correctly set up. So sometimes the stuff just doesn't load. And I haven't taken the time to figure out why. Okay, so quick recap. We are trying to add a torch entity so that I can pick up a torch and then put it back on the ground. And when it's on the ground, it's going to illuminate the area. Hey, thanks for the follow. So one thing I can do on this torch on the server side, see how it has a game server here. We need to say new illuminated. And we'll just go ahead and say like 50 for right now. See how that works. Interactive, uninteract. And what does this do? This is going to try to pick up the item. If you... Let me go here. What's this miss? Get inventory, inventory item. Another thing that I need to refactor is like there's a lot of places you have to change just to add an entity. Not the best. I rather it be like one place, a centralized place, so it's easier to like add new things in. Right now there's a lot of different places you have to kind of modify just to get a simple thing working. But this is like the inventory system. So technically I could just give myself a torch when I spawn, and then that will... What else is this doing? I think this will crash the UI still because I don't actually have like an asset called torch. So I could find the tile sheet maybe and see if there's like a torch. This is some random tile sheet I found online. It said it was free to use. I think I have it in the credits. I have a credits file, by the way, and I have the tile sheet here. So if you want to like play around with that tile sheet, you can check that out. But yeah, let's see if there's like a torch. I doubt there is. There's a gas can. So eventually we could implement that gas can functionality I talked about. You could put a gas can on the floor, and if you shoot it, if we just make it combustible to blow up and shoot flames everywhere, that might be pretty cool. This kind of looks like a torch. This thing right here. There's no rush. Let's just go ahead and load up GIMP. Just get this going. Tile sheet. Is this the right one? All right, so let's grab... I don't know what this is. This is probably a bullet, like ammo or something, but why not just grab it? And I need to find a better way to manage these tile sheets because using GIMP is just like not it. But we're going to go ahead and just pretend. Also, this tile sheet for this free stuff is just, it's like a bad tile sheet. We're going to go down 1, 2, 3. I think it's spaced out by 3. Okay, how do I paste that in here? Hey, thanks for the follow. I promise I know what I'm doing. Grabbing this, move it down 1, 2, 3. Okay, this thing I need to move up a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is I need to delete all this other stuff down here. Like, why is this stuff here? I'll check chat in a second. I know I'm ignoring you guys. But what we're going to do is we're going to put this flame right on top of this. And we're going to go ahead and just scale it down a little bit. There, we got a torch. Look at that. And then we're going to merge this thing down. Looks pretty good. 68, 266. My process sucks, I know. I'm not a game developer, I don't know what I'm doing. But one thing I do know what I'm doing is how to add in additional things to this. So here's like our giant asset map. This basically maps the tile sheet locations to different things. So if I add one to a torch, I think it was 66, 266. Oh, it's 68. By the way, if anyone wants to contribute to this, like, feel free to. I'm hoping people can contribute to this and, like, fix a lot of the crap that I've been doing on this game. I need someone to fix this tile sheet, like the fact that it just has, like, all these spaces in between all the stuff. But anyway, we added the torch tile. So now we go to the game client. Now we should be able to get the torch. And then it should be in my inventory too. So if I refresh, let's see, is it broken? Something's broken here. So let's go to the server and let's try to figure out what happened here. Render is not defined, document is not defined. I don't know if that just crashed randomly. Let me just refresh. Unknown item of type torch for assets. I'm not sure why that's failing. You know, here's another issue with this setup. I think in some files, like if you import the wrong thing, hold on. Game client. Oh, it would help if I import this. I think that's what it's complaining about. Get item asset key, unknown item torch, render inventory, inventory bar. What am I doing wrong here? Okay, well, when in doubt, go to your diff, figure out what you changed, and start kind of going through all this and try to understand, like, what did I break? Actually, you guys in chat probably know. Is this open source? Yeah, it's open source. One second, I'll get you a link. And if you are going to contribute, like, join my Discord. That's where we're kind of doing the discussion about stuff. If you're serious about helping out. But yeah, any help's welcome. Okay, so, man, did I change that many files? Okay, this one I want to keep. Asset map, I mean, this is fine. Torch. Get item asset key. You know, it's probably failing on this awful if statement. Yeah, that was the issue. All right, here's my torch. For some reason, it's like kind of weird looking. 68 and 266. Like, what did I mess up about that? Oh, the issue is I didn't save this. Just saving the right location. Let's see, public, sound, style sheet. Yo, why does this keep crashing like this though? Document is not defined. Game client render. Okay, when I drop the item on the floor, the backend crashes. So let's go here. It looks like there's another case for torch here. Okay. I think this will work fine now, but the amount of friction I ran into just trying to implement something is like a red flag. There's a little torch, although I'm not sure why it's kind of like offset. I'm going to make the brightness of that torch a little bit more. Okay, maybe more, 200. Let me also change the night cycle to be faster. It's like pretty slow feedback loop. There we go. So we got a little torch we can put down different places. And then later on we can come by and pick it up. I'm going to commit this. I think it's good. Adding a torch which illuminates the area during nighttime. This is pretty cool. Is it multiplayer co-op? Yeah, the plan is going to be co-op. So like you can join a room with some other people and just try to survive, you know? Hey Cody, love your videos, mate. Are you fully self-employed nowadays? No, I work full-time at a company. Still working for the man. Would it be a Steam release or just through the web? This will just be for the web. Like, this is just for fun, right? This isn't like, I'm not trying to make game dev like my actual like career. Cool. Yeah, so 30 minutes into the stream, we managed to add one entity. We managed to add a little debug flag that we can use. What else did we do? I don't think what else I want to work on right now. I feel like the lighting is just off by a little bit. I don't know why, but if you look at, it's like always doing the top left corners. Like, it'd be nice if this was centered somehow. Like, all this area was illuminated, not just the top left blocks. So I need to look into that. So let's go to the map manager, and there is a function, which I don't remember what it's called. So let's go to the outline. Oh, wait, not the map manager. It's just called map. So there's a map manager on the server side and there's a map on the client side. If you look at the client map, there is a render darkness method. And so the way this works is it finds all the light sources and then it basically loops over all the tiles of the map. And then it does like a distance calculation to figure out how far away that tile is from the light source. And if I was a good developer, what I would do is I'd try to debug this. But since I'm lazy, I'm actually just going to do this and say, take a screenshot of this. And I'm going to say, for some reason, the light seems to only illuminate the top left tiles around a light source instead of all 9 tiles uniformly. Can you fix my logic inside the render darkness method? Looking at the render darkness method, I can see the issue. The problem is how we're calculating the tile center position. Currently, we're using the raw tile coordinates without accounting for the camera offset or the actual... I feel like it's going to get this wrong, honestly. When AI is like overly confident with what it's saying, like sometimes it's a miss. But let's try it out. Let's go ahead and accept that. Let's refresh and see what happens. And now my map is completely broken. That's kind of interesting, all those like black dots. Yeah, great job. Great job. All right, so let's actually understand the code a little bit. So we get the tile X and Y, and we get the center of the tile. Calculate the minimum opacity for all the light sources. Okay. We get the distance between the source position and the tile center. I wonder if the source position actually needs to be... What is source? Light sources. What is this? Source radius, get light sources. Push the position. I feel like I could say get center position here. Let's see if that fixes it. And let's also just change the night cycle, because this is just killing me to wait 10 seconds every single time. There we go. I'm not sure why he's stuck in the game still. It's kind of weird. Can't move. Okay, I think this is more accurate. See how the light is like right on the source for the most part? I think that's better. Kind of. Layer feels kind of weird though. I think it also matters where you drop the item. So if you drop the item right in the center of the tile, it looks correct. You drop it in the middle of 2 tiles, it looks kind of weird. You drop it like right in the center of 4 tiles. Yeah, I think this is better. I'm not sure why this guy... That's kind of bothering me, how it's kind of like off-centered. I'm not sure if it's just not using the right location. Radius. What is this doing? Max view distance. Base radius. Radius multiplier. False upset. Okay. Yeah, one thing you might notice, you see how like the lighting goes from in and out, it like pulses. So I'm using like math.sign to create this effect that the torch is kind of flickering. Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's like, do I spend time trying to fix this? Like, this is bothering me a lot. Okay, so let's try something else. I'm gonna also just, hey, thanks for the follow. Max view distance. That. We don't like comments. Let's delete comments so we don't know what the code's doing. Makes it more enjoyable for developers to jump into the code. And then let's understand this a little bit. I think what I want to do is I want to add like an if statement. Say, if we are currently looking at the player entity, so I could say if source dot, and then I'm going to have to actually put a type here. Game entity get type. All right, let's just do this for now. What is this complaining about? Sources. Probably a TypeScript thing. Yeah. Go ahead and do a debugger here. Oh, it's not doing it. Nice. What's your role? Do you do front end? I would call myself a full stack. I do front end, I do back end, I do DevOps. My role at the company is a DevOps engineer, but that's mainly for like, that's kind of how they like determine how much you get paid. And DevOps engineers like near the top. But yeah, I know I do basically everything. How do you deal with window resizing and the window size causing the viewport to change aspect ratio? I don't know if we're dealing with that, so I can't answer that question. How's Django going at work? I mean, it's fine. I don't know. I don't think there's probably some stuff. I need to watch Django developers. That's the issue, is like I don't know many Django developers and I haven't Googled them. I want to be able to watch someone code with Django for a whole hour on a stream so I can see all the tips and tricks that they do. Like, do they have good type safety set up? One thing I'm noticing with Python and Django is that like everyone says that it has type safety, but as I'm going and, you know, adding a dot and then doing my autocomplete, nothing comes up for me. So I think it depends on the Python libraries and frameworks you're using. Did they implement type safety? And I think Django only has some of the stuff fully type safe, versus other stuff like the ORM might not be type safe. So it just feels like a step back in terms of productivity. It's like I have to guess. It's like I'm coding in JavaScript again. But I don't want to bash it too much because I haven't really learned all the tips and tricks to become super proficient at writing Python. Are you using Cursor as your text editor? I am. Yep. I like this. It's like a little skill layer. It's a little, I don't know what that, I like this. It's a little skill layer. It's like microing your probes. Ah, we got a StarCraft 2 player in here. Maybe even a StarCraft 1 player. Mad respect. I like the torch having different, oh, it's the same person. I like the torch having different positioning. It's like a micro skill layer. How do you deal with Windows? Okay, so, yeah, sorry. I'm so bad at addressing chat sometimes. I don't know how the Primogen does it with all the stuff he gets in chat. And other Twitch streamers who are like even huge, like they get like floods of chat. I don't know how they even read any of the messages. Anyway, so what I was trying to do here is I want to basically loop through game entity get type. Can I just run this? Is there a way to like fire? Okay, there we go. Get type fire. So sources should have something in here. Let's step through this. Where are we at? Are we over here? If type is equal to player. Light sources. We got type of fire and we got nothing. So I think there's an issue with maybe the player. Add the player as a default light source. Add any other illuminated entities. Why are we doing this? This should already be in the entities. And the player should already have illuminated. Oh, he doesn't. How is he, let's fix this real quick. I think this was supposed to have an illuminated on it, and I can get rid of that. And then down here, I can simply just, have the debugger. Let's just do a hard refresh. Just continue. Why is it not stopping there? If the source type is player, there should only be 2 sources here. Yeah. Oh, it's lowercase p. Duh. Technically, I could have just continued the step through it and then like it would tell me. All right, so here we go. Let's just go ahead and look through. So we have the player in his position is 640 and 640. It'd be nice if I had some debug stuff. Like if I rendered out the actual location of the player's center. Tile center is 8, 8. If the distance is greater than the radius, continue. Let me move this down here. Okay, so now it's basically looping over every tile in the map. And then it's trying to figure out if it needs, like, what's the opacity of the tile? .640, 640. Is that really my location, though? So yeah, at this point, I don't think I'm going to be able to figure it out. Unless I add more debugging stuff, like... Oh, I can't even move. Okay, so we do have, if I go to the config index here, debug hitboxes. Let's see what happens if I do this. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just say like, debug show positions. And then what we could do is on the player himself, draw a hitbox, draw a hitbox. Let's just see if AI can just do this for me. So far it's doing terrible. So that should make a rectangle. I'm going to make this blue. And it should... What was the third? Label. Why is there a label here? Fill text. Stroke rectangle, fill text at the position. No, this needs to be... Okay, get rid of label. We don't need label anymore. Also, that can default to blue. We don't need to do that. All right, let's try this out. Interesting. Yeah, so it's, I think it's calculating the top left. But the render position actually needs to be... I think my get center position is wrong. That's the issue. I thought it was. Never mind. Okay, why is this? Okay, so that's another bug. Like when I walk towards a thing I can interact with, like the trees, it totally messes up the context. I think the scaling gets messed up. And I think it's because... Where's debug? I think I need to actually make like the font size something. Here we go. I need to hard code the font. That's a little large. Hey, thanks for the follow. What are your thoughts on cursor after using it for a while? I would not want to code any other way, personally. Like, it's either you're going to use some type of chat built right into your editor, or you're going to go and switch to a browser, paste in some code, ask a question, and then copy paste from your browser back into your code base. It's like, why not just find something that's fully integrated already? Now, there might be other tools out there that do that. But I have found, like, the composer, if I need to do like a bunch of refactoring, for example, when we switched over from the old approach to the entity component system approach, I literally just said, hey, refactor the player entity and follow the same pattern I did for the cloth. And then it changed like 8 files for me. I click accept. And then I say, okay, now do the same thing for the fire entity. I sit back for 30 minutes or 30 seconds. And then I click accept. And it just works. Like everything just got refactored. It followed the exact same approach I did for the other files. Now, I don't know if this is like, I'm sure there's other stuff out there that has this. Like does GitHub Copilot have that at this point? Does VS Code have that baked in? I don't know, but I haven't taken the time to go and investigate that. It's just nice that this stuff is like integrated directly into here. And then of course I can just do a quick little, okay, I just want to highlight this and just say, hey, change this in this way, and just does it for me. I have found it to make me very productive. I would not have gotten as far as I did in this game this quickly without using cursor, in my opinion. What has it been like creating a web game so far? It's been fun. I mean, it's not something new. I've been trying to make games since I was in high school, right? I just never finish it. I don't know if I have ADHD or something, but now that I'm getting older, I have like this ability to actually focus on something for a longer period of time and not get bored. So I'm making some good progress. So I don't know. If I could do this for a living, make games, like heck yes, I'd do that. Much more enjoyable than web development, personally. But I just hear bad things about the game dev industry. I hear it's like, they kind of overwork you, they don't pay you that well. And then, of course, you're probably just going to be using like Unity or some type of game engine. Okay, this blue dot, what am I doing wrong here? I have the player, and his center position should be, and maybe I'm not drawing the player at the right position. Player, client, player. Maybe that's it. Where am I drawing the image? If we're dead, draw the image. Oh, this is like rotating it. It's stuff like this where you probably just wish you had a game engine. It's like I'm doing like translations right here, or at least make a utility function that I don't have to do stuff like that. Okay, so if I'm alive, I draw at the render position. Last render position. Let me think about this. I think that the issue is definitely like render position is what's coming in from the server. Last render position. Render position. Last render position. I wonder if I need to subtract the image width and height here a little bit. I think that might be the issue. I think that was it, but like... Okay, yeah, I'm happy with that. I think this looks better. What's up with my health, though? My health bar is all jacked up. Wait, oh, everything is messed up. Like, look at my knife and my health bar. Yeah, let me think about this. Render position, I think just needs to be like... offset it a little bit. Last render position. Is there an update? Do I have update here? No. Target position is the position that the server is sending in. And that is saying get position here. When will we see another live building with cursor apps? Yeah, I guess explain. What do you want to see if you're still here? Like you just want to see me build something with cursor? Okay, I want to see if I can fix this myself first of all. Get center position. This definitely needs to be that. But the issue is I'm drawing the image at the render position, but the render position is actually not the right location. All these things need to be offsetted a little bit. Instead of drawing it right at the position, actually, am I doing this for the other ones? Like one of those things that this should be pretty easy. Yeah, I don't think I'm fixing this the right way. I think... Draw center position. So this should be drawing the player, or this should be drawing the blue dot at the center of the player. Bro, I think I worked for too long today. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. So the lighting is working off the center of the player. Yeah, maybe it is just the offset of the player needs to be fixed. Whatever, let's just do this. But now even the gun is off. Render inventory item. Your position. I know something feels wrong about what I'm doing right here, but I don't have the mental capacity to think about what the right solution is. This will get it working, but now I'm starting to question, like, am I drawing all the other entities at the right position? But whatever, it's good enough. Let's just go ahead and... Actually, I'm also going to go to the zombie real quick. Find render. Draw debug if they're alive. We'll do kind of the same thing. I want to figure out where the center of the zombies are. That guy should not be sitting around. Yeah, so he's like at the right position for some reason. Get the center position. Build text, get the center position. Render position. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. I'm going to say fixing the lighting with the player. Commit this. Go back to the index config. What are you using to build this? This is just Typescript. I'm doing my own little game engine. I'm not using like Godot or anything. How did you add the ability to have the comment on the side while you're coding? You're talking about this thing? This is Cursor. I'm using the Cursor IDE. Basically a fork of VS Code, and they added their own little like panels. Yeah. Hopefully that answers your question. All right, I think I might try to add like one more thing in. I'm getting kind of tired actually. So we have the torch we added in. That's pretty cool. I don't know, what do you guys think I should add in? Oh, you know, I could do the gas can. Let's do the gas can. Let's actually test Composer, right? I keep talking good things about Cursor, but let's actually try it out. Hey, thanks for the follow. Can you please add another item called a gas? Do I want to call it gas can? Sure, we'll call it gas canister. Canister. I'll just call it gasoline, whatever. Please add another item called gasoline. This is something a player should be able to pick up. Also, when a bullet collides with it, when it's on the ground, have it explode and put flames. Use the collidable, no, use the combustible extension. And then we just need to give it a location. Let's just find the location of the gas canister. Here it is. We will just go ahead and find 1, 2. That. Drag this over. Looks like it aligns. What position is this? 255, 38. Okay, so the sprite location is 255. I forgot what I said. 28? 38? Yeah, let's just see how it does. Give this a second. I guess I could talk to you guys. I used to play 2D games a lot. Survive.io is a perfect game of this type, in my opinion. I think I played something like that. I got 65 concurrent viewers. Are you guys here? Say something in chat. 25 viewers in Twitch. It's okay, guys. You guys can chat. I will talk to you eventually. All right, so it's generating. Okay, I need to fix my cursor. Like, it doesn't have access to do stuff. Maybe I should let it run commands. Maybe it's better if I just inspect the command it's trying to run on my computer. So, like, one thing I will use Cursor for is, like, the redundant, tedious stuff. Like, adding a new item to this game, like I mentioned, is, like, I have to touch a ton of different files. I found just, like, asking Cursor Compose to just do it all for me. Make sure that I don't forget something. But I will say it's a lot slower than it used to be. This stuff used to be pretty fast. I don't know what they changed, but now it's like it takes a long time for it to modify your whole code base. Before, it used to just like go through all the files, change everything, and like it would be awesome. But again, they just recently like released this, right? So I can't Can't critique it too much. So it did do some stuff. Let's look through the files. It made a gasoline entity. It made it interactive, which means we can pick it up. It made it collidable, which means that you can potentially run into it. It might block you. That I don't know if I want, but we'll find out. Destructible, so it can be destroyed and a bullet can collide with it. It has 1 health, so when a bullet hits it, it's going to call this method, which is going to then call the combustible on death, and then it's going to remove itself from the game. Yeah, I mean, this looks good. Nothing wrong there. Entity manager, it's loading it in, and then it's adding it to that list. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. Inventory, okay. Entity types, gasoline. I feel like it missed a file. I don't feel like this is going to work. But let's go to the player. Go to the server. Let's change this to gasoline. There we go. It's broken. The reason it's broken is because it didn't update my assets. So I'm just going to go ahead and say assets. We'll say gasoline. And then we want 255.38. Probably not put it. I'll probably put it by some other things like the fire. Still broken. Gasoline get item asset key. Man, this is just bad code. Alright, so now we got the gasoline here. Get out of here. Drop this to the floor and it crashes. Why? Because entity map. I think also the entity factory. Okay, so I think, you know what? I take it back. I could have done this faster just myself. But before I keep on adding new entities, I have to fix this. How we're doing some stuff. Entities, items, gasoline. Why can't it find that? Oh, it didn't even make the gasoline client. Okay, you know what, Cursor, you suck. Let's just do this the old-fashioned way. There's like some stuff that I'm like copying and pasting into multiple files. Definitely not the best. But it's one of those things all... Oh, look at that. So now, the strategy... That zombie wasn't stuck. Let me just restart the whole server because it's buggy. I'm going to drop this, and if you have like a bunch of... I think I need more flames than that. That's not enough flames, right? Combustible. Number of fires. Yo, we want 30 fires. We'll do 32. I don't like how it's collidable. Why is this zombie not able to come get me? Yeah, there's something totally wrong with like the position of the player. Like the bullets are coming from my feet now. So let's go. I'm gonna get rid of collidable. We don't want this thing to be collidable. There. Okay, maybe that's that's too many flames. Dang it. I just need to get a flame animation. I think this will be really nice looking. Right now it's just a static picture. But if I get like a flame sprite, it'd be good. Yeah, let me commit this. I think it's good. But one thing I'm going to do is go to the to-do, and in the refactoring, I'm going to say there is a lot of duplicate code related to, what is this? Showing the pickup over text. Yep. There is a lot of places I have to manually update when I add new entities. Refactor this. What's not saved? This whole file has to be refactored. It's terrible. Oh, also to do revisit the player entity. The bullets come from his feet. What's up, Josh? Welcome. Do I pay for Cursor Premium? I pay $20 a month for it. Lights looking sick. Yeah, Daria. I kind of like took inspiration from the one game. I don't know if I'm doing it the most performant way. Basically, I draw the map and then I draw like a black translucent square over the tiles, depending on the player distance and how far you are away from light sources. And then we just added the gasoline today on the stream, so making some progress. I think this will be fun to start playing with people. I just want to get it like polished enough where you can actually like play with people, you know? How about making the gun shoot in the direction of the mouse cursor? Yeah, I could try to add that in. Why did the zombies set on fire when they died? Oh, that's just because I left, I just made them combustible. I do plan to make a different type of zombie type, like a flame zombie, which will set off fires. But for right now, yeah, those zombies don't need to spread fire. Oh wait, why did it just crash when I did that? Unable to find extension combustible. Interesting. Oh, that's probably why. That's also something that I need to fix. I shouldn't have to manually call combustible on death. Lean into event emitters more if possible. I can't wait until multiplayer, what's BR, is introduced into this game. I'm going to spend all my time playing it. Yeah, I'm going to add custom skins and I'll give you one, Josh. I'm going to give you a custom skin. If only I knew how to make art. I've been using Windsurf. It has the integrated AI that works so well. I can't go back to just dumb editor in a separate AI tab. Yeah, I haven't tried Windsurf yet. I need to try it out. Maybe make those square tiles visible? What square tiles? The game looks very good. Hey, appreciate it. Did you hire an artist or did you draw them? No, I just found a free to use sprite sheet online. Oh, and add spitting type and explodable type. There we go. Those are good suggestions. So let's go to to-do. And I'll say add a spitter zombie. Add an exploding zombie. add a fast zombie, add a tank zombie with knockback. Josh, we got to get you into the think tank, man. Just give me all the zombie ideas. I'll add them in. You could create a zombie that can only be damaged while it's on fire. Oh, that might be pretty cool. Zombie that can only be damaged while on fire. Maybe. I'm not sure about it, but I'll add it just because you add the suggestion there. Oh, Battle Royale. Yeah. Yeah, what I wanted to do, I wanted to make the game co-op, but yeah, if a Battle Royale makes more sense, might be fun to do. Flow of time. Adding something like initial item weapon state so you can follow it up with an animation for drawing the item could be a cool example. The knife would be held in the player's hand facing above sky. Then, when you actually use it, it does some sort of attack animation. Yeah, I think the sprite sheet actually has, the tile sheet has a swing animation, like right here. Like these are supposed to be the muzzle fire, I believe, of the guns. But this is the knife swing animation. So I just need to add it in. And as far as like attaching it to the player's hands, that might be out of scope. That might be a little bit hard to do, but I'm not going to say no to it. It's a possibility. Because right now you can't even attack with the knife. So we'd have to like figure out how to add that. Is there a hosted version anywhere yet? Not yet. I wanted to like, this thing just keeps crashing randomly, like my backend. And I need to do performance tuning because right now it's like every once in a while it'll take a long time to go do like a single game tick update. So not very good to have it go over that 33 millisecond. So I have to like do that. Give me a Doctor Who angel enemy that moves when you're not facing it. Like SCP, like an SCP, the peanut. What frameworks are you using? I'm not using any frameworks. Does this game have experience or levels? No, the idea was like you all join a game together, like you make a lobby with 4 friends, and then the game starts. And the idea is that you build a base. You're supposed to survive waves of zombie attacks. So like during the day, you're supposed to go explore. There's going to be biomes where you can go and find different items, resources. You can do crafting. Like we have a whole craft menu that needs to be improved. But the idea is like you find a place to build a base. Like you could build walls, you could build auto turrets. And then when nighttime comes, you have the waves of zombies that basically just come and try to kill you. So you have to kind of survive. And then every night it just gets even more progressively harder. So that's the vibe I'm going for. And then maybe after every night you can get some coins that you could then use to do a, what's it called when you like buy items before the game starts? Like a preloading? What's it called? A loadout. So like you can use your money before the game starts to like maybe buy some special weapons or upgrades or something. I need to add in the ability to... Dang. Trying to shoot that. Add a horde mode. No more NeoVim considering using VS Code with Vim motions. Nah, I'm just gonna stick to what I know. The NeoVim stuff was fun just to play around with, but let's be honest, like I'm already good at VS Code and use my trackpad. I didn't feel that much of a productivity gain using VS Code, to be honest. I mean, sorry, using NeoVim with like the Vim motions. And I tried installing the Vim motions extension here. And it's like, what is this buying me, bro? I can just like click, I can command click, go to definition. Like, I don't need to press 1,000 keys to go to the definition. Like I can literally just command click, I'm there. And then go back out. I can select what I want and delete it. So I don't know, I'm not convinced. It's fun playing around with it though. No offense to people who use NeoVim. Automation would be awesome, like auto crafting turrets. 3 modes: co-op, battle royale, and horde. Yeah, so I guess you consider my like survive the waves horde mode, and then we can come back and add those other modes. Well, I think I wanted it to be co-op to begin with. So do you mean like co-op horde mode? Then we got to port this over to Electron. What's going to happen is I'm going to build out this whole game. I'm going to realize that it's just not running performant for anybody, and then I'll have to refactor it and like actually code it in a real language, like Rust. And then write the backend in like an actual like performant language, like Rust. But we'll see how far we can get with Node and JavaScript and TypeScript. Hopefully we can actually make this really, really nice. Plants vs. Zombies inspired? Not really. I think that's like a tower defense genre, you know? Does it have a medic kit? Yeah, actually there is a med kit. If you go over here, you can pick up the med kit, and then I can use it, and I can heal myself. I think I actually need to get hurt first, so let's just put this down. Okay, so now I'm hurt. Go ahead and heal myself with the med kit. There we go. You could add grenades and distraction items. Oh, that's actually a really good idea. I like that. Add throwable items, grenades to start with. Decoy items. A firecracker. There we go. Firecracker could distract the zombies. Oh yeah, let's make it a Roblox. There we go. My kids would love that. Have you implemented, let's see. But yeah, I mean, if anyone wants to contribute, reach out on my Discord and just like, you can clone the project, you can npm install, you can start running it. And feel free to make pull requests. I think it's at a point now where it's like, the code's kind of bad, but it's good enough that you can actually start adding entities if you can figure out how to do it. And so any of these things we've talked about, like a throwable item, like if you want to try to work on that, like a grenade, that'd be pretty cool to do. Make a pull request, I'll merge it in. Did I make the sprites myself? No, I found them online, itch.io. There's some person who had like free sprites. Yo, zombie ate my neighbors. I was like, I played that game all the time, man. This game was legit. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and drop though. I've been streaming for like an hour and a half. I think we made some progress. Yeah, we could do potions. I think we have something like an invulnerability potion somewhere. Like a god mode potion. I'll just put it here just in case I forgot it. Like a health potion, speed potion, invincibility potion. What is this? This is remove combustible. Remove combustible from zombie. Alright, that's a wrap. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I'm going to try to stream twice a week. That's my goal. So we'll see if I can stick to it. I'll probably do Wednesday nights and either Saturday or Sunday mornings. Hey, Tina. I'm wrapping up the stream. Everyone say hello to my wife, Tina. She's in the chat. What about a setup tour? What keyboard do I use? I use Clack app. It's like a virtualized keyboard. It's just an application that basically acts as a keylogger, and every time I press a key, it plays a noise for me. Probably stealing all my credentials and sending it overseas, but it's worth the sound effects, okay? All right, I'm tired. I'm going to end the stream. You joined at the very last minute. Bro, I'm so tired. All right, later all. Thanks for joining the stream, and look forward to the weekend if I do it again.